Hello guys, welcome to my tutorial. In our previous video we did media query. I said that I was going to continue from where I stopped. So in this tutorial I'm not touching anything media query again. The one I did in the previous video is just a brief introduction, the basic use of media query. So if you understand that, you could easily you know create a responsive website. So I'm not going to focus on media query. For me, I think it is okay. So if you feel that the form is too is quite small in a big device, then maybe you should work on it to make it, you could tweak it to your taste. So in this video we will be working on the our one of our first JavaScript main project, and which is the and what we would be working on today will be the random quote generator. So we are going to, let me refresh this page. This quote will make this quote to be dynamic in such a way that a new quote will be generated, will be displaying every certain time interval, maybe like every 4 seconds, every 1 second, every 2 seconds, every 3 seconds, depending on how you want it. So without wasting much time, let's go straight to the point. So as I said before, I will not create a folder for my JavaScript files. I'll put it in the root I'll put it on the root I'll put it in the root directory. So all right, so let's create a new file, JavaScript file. I'll call it quote dot css, sorry, dot js. So I've already I got it all my quote type, so I will just paste it in here. Now this is an array of object. Okay, so in this it has a quote. So the first one, you could see this is a quote, this is the source. Why there are some like this one, it has a citation, it has here should I include? Okay, although we may not make use of this for now, so it could be there. All right, so if you okay, so this each object has its own index. This one has an index of 0, this one has an index of 1, this has an index of 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are going to be making use of our indexes, to be generated this random quote. So we will create a function that will be displaying this each of them based on their indexes. So it will generate the indexes randomly. You understand? Then just pick each of them randomly. I'll be displaying it every time interval. So that is it. So we'll go to our script. Okay, so before we get started, start writing the main code. We would okay, yeah, okay, so let's go back to our index. Let's see where we'll put it. this is where we are putting the quote, so we should take note of that. Okay, so let P and so okay, now we want to get this P, sorry, we want to get this P that that our quote will be. So let me take this here. Okay, all right, so to do that it will be header, the parent element, which is header, then the next parent the child element, or let's say the grandparent. The header is the grandparent, the next one, which is the div, is the parent, then the P is the child, so which is like this: header, the grandparent, then the div is the parent, then the P, then this P. This div is supposed to be small v, not big V. So that is for the P. So so our quote will be generated in that within the P tag. So the next one is okay. So let me copy this, put this here, then turn this one to okay. We are going to be making use of this I. I will explain that later. So let's continue. So now what we will do is this: we want to create a function that will generate this random quote based on the index, and we know that index starts from 0. So let's create a function now. So let the random index value equal to math dot floor, then math dot random, okay, then times this data. So this data will be this. You understand? The data is this array, but for now, this data could be any array. You understand? Could be any array. It could be any array of object. Let me put it that way. So because obviously this data here will be the quote. Okay, so that is the times data dot length. Okay, so this function we we generate an index between 0 and 4. Yeah, so that is it. The return. Okay, so this function here, this statement here, we return any data based on the index, on this random index value, which is the index. So it could be 0, it could be 1, it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 4. Okay, so that is it. Let me call this data and put our quote. Let's see how it works in action. Inspect. Let me increase the size. I don't need a responsive. I'm done with you. Okay. Quote is not defined. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, let me do it this way. It sounds more convenient. Let me see. Quotes. Okay, did I save this page? Let me see. All right. Okay, I think everything is okay. It was probably because I did not save this. Okay, so all right. So that is it. So everything is okay. So let me log out this console. Let me log it out in the console. So when we log it out, you see that different. Okay. Oh no. No. Okay. You could see that each of the objects, they are loaded. You see them, they are being generated. So if I refresh, you see you see you see the output. Okay, now this function is working, so we'll take this out. So now we need to, this is to generate random quote. So the next thing is for us to display this random quote. So let's do that right away. Sorry about that. So we'll create another function. We'll call it print. Print data. Then let's say let extracted data equal to, then we then this function here, data. So it is now time for us to use the function. So the data, so what will be inside this bracket, it will be our array. To be our array quote. Okay, so then next we will append it to, so we append the data. Okay, let's console log to see how our data looks like. Okay, so that is it. Obviously, if you refresh, nothing shows up. So we need to, we need to call this function print data. Okay. Oh, I made a mistake. It's S, not quote. Okay, everything is working. Everything is working perfectly. Yeah. So if I say, if I want to access each of the objects, let's say, let me go back to the quote. Let's say the quote itself. Please take note. This one is the plural. This variable is the plural quotes. So and each of them, each quote. This one is this singular. So please take note so that you don't get confused. All right, so let me access one of them. Let's see. So let's refresh. What went wrong? 17. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. Oh my god, I don't know what I was thinking. Dot quote. That is why it is important for your console, for you to bring out your console, so that in case you encounter any error, there you'll be able to know, and if possible, it kind of give you an hint, gives you a way of debugging. All right, so let's refresh now. Okay. You see that different quote is being generated. You understand? So if I put in the source, the same thing, but we are not going to be doing that. So let's make it snappy. So we take this off. Then so we are going to be appending them to the P, to the paragraph, that is to this P. Yeah. So let's do that. P dot dot inner html equal to, okay, so it will be, let's do it like this. Okay, so let me do it neatly. So please take note of this, this template literal. So I guess you know what it is. You know what it is. It's not this type of code. This is okay. Anyway, so that is it. So we'll bring out this template literal. Then let me structure it before I write the actual data. Sorry. So the next one may be I. We have not written any data inside yet. Okay. Now this one with this P, we hold the quote itself. Why the high we hold the author, the source of the quote. Okay, so the quote will go inside this element, while the source will go inside this this I element or I tag. So let's write. So because it is template literal, we cannot you cannot declare JavaScript a variable directly. So there's a way of doing it. So we have to do it like this. The dollar sign, then to write the variable. We cannot write the variable. So we are going to do it like it. It will be extracted data dot name, sorry, dot quote. Let me copy this one, put it in here. Then this will be the source. Okay, so that is it. So this is the print data. So that is all about it. So we decided to use, after creating this function, we decided to use it because we generated the random quote. So we created a function to print random quote. Then the next thing now is to create, let us not forget, we need to return the P. Very important. Because if not, this code will not work. Then finally we have to call this function out. Now if you don't call a function, it will not work. So we will say print data. So let's see if it works. Okay, now we see that a quote is being generated, but nothing happens yet. You understand why? Because we've not done anything to make it show, to display the quote randomly. So we are going to do that. That will be the final step. So let's get started. So it will be windows dot set interval. Okay, so after creating this event, this set interval, this event windows does set interval, so the next thing to do is this. Okay, so we'll write a function, create a function, we call it if not click, or whatever you call, whatever you like. So inside this function, there you print out your data. You call this you print out your data by calling this function. Okay, so that is just it. Then you put in command here. So how many? Let's give it every 5 seconds, or 500 milliseconds, or every 5 seconds. So that is just it. So this window means after this page loads. Okay, now you could see that's a code. Okay, you could see that new code is being generated. So everything is working perfectly well now. So that is it. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching this video. So in our next video, then we will work on the random password generator. So I promise you that will be very, very interesting. Have a lovely day. Sit tight and get set for the next video.